Hi, and welcome. Today, our first game, and I know you guys were playing other games, some of you were. Our first game that I'm requiring you to play is called A Dark Room. And you'll notice that I have it up and running. I've been playing this for a couple of days. Do you see this is our text-based game? So you see a bunch of text around the area, right? You won't see a ton of visuals. It's going to be letters and symbols. It's more of algorithms and computer um, programming and coding, okay? So uh, now this is pretty far. You're gonna start to, as you play this, you're gonna get more and more objects. I'm actually going to start over. All right. So here's I'm gonna hit restart, and then yep, I'm gonna restart my game. Okay. Now, everyone's game is gonna start with just this look. All right. So on here is going to give you directions of what's going on around your area. Okay. So here's my dark room. The first thing I'm gonna do, notice my room is freezing and my fire is dead. I'm gonna press light fire. All right. Now it says the fire is burning. The light from the fire spills from the dark window out into the dark. The room is cold. I'm going to stoke the fire. That means I'm going to give the fire oxygen. And again, my room is going to be warm. All right. So you have to have a room that has a fire in order to survive. All right. Otherwise, you will be too cold. My room is cold, but this one says my room is roaring. So I'm just going to keep stoking my room until things to start to happen. Okay. So right now, a ragged stranger stumbles through the door and collapses in the corner. Okay. My room is mild, meaning it's warm-ish, but not too warm. My wood is running out. So do you see this little wood? I can buy wood at the store, or I have a new section. They've added a silent forest. All right, so I'm going to go into the silent forest and I'm going to gather wood. All right, so here's my text book game. I have two different pages. All right, on both pages, you're going to see this narrative. This is telling you what's going on outside. So the wind howls outside, the wood is running out, the sky is gray, and the wind blows relentlessly. Dry brush and dead branches litter the forest floor, so I'm going to start gathering that wood. Right, here's my storage. All right, here's my wood. I'm going to go back into my firelit room and I'm going to stoke my fire. Okay. A stranger shivers and mumbles quietly. Her words are unintelligible. Okay, my fire is roaring. My room is hot. Great. I'm just going to stoke the fire. Right? I'm going to go back into the forest and see if I need to gather more wood. And right here it says I don't. When this becomes a darker color again, it's going to be more black than gray. I can click on it and gather more wood. All right? So the more wood I gather, the more people will come. So I'm going to go back to my firelit room. I'm going to stoke my fire. All right? The builder says that she can make traps to catch the creatures that might still be alive out there. The builder says she can make a cart and carry the wood. The fire is roaring. All right? So I have wood. I have 25 pieces of wood. I can build a trap for 10. Great. The more traps to catch more creatures. I can do you see how this is going up? This cart should stay at 30. So I'm going to stoke my fire. I need, my room has to be warm. And I'm going to check my traps. My traps contained bits of meat. So now, here's my storage again. All right, I have 20 pieces of wood. I have 1 piece of meat. And I have 0 bait. All right, I have 1 trap. Now, trap without bait isn't going to work as well. It's going to have to be one of those scary ones. All right, I'm going to stoke my fire. I'm going to gather wood, right? I'm going to go back to this page. I have 30, so I'm going to build a cart. All right. Now that took up a lot of my wood. I still have to stoke my fire. My people are gathering wood. All right. So this narrative is what I'm reading. All of this is text-based. Everything that happens is going to be added on to each day. So here's my original placement. All right, my original location. I have to go get supplies from my silent forest. I'm going to stoke my fire up, right? I'm going to go into the silent forest. I have 2 capabilities in the forest. Now, as the game progresses, you're going to get more and more pages, all right? This did take me, I don't play it a lot. I have beat the game once, and it will end with 4 different pages, all right? The silent forest will start changing into like towns and a big lodge, and it'll just show your population. I'm gonna stoke that fire. Okay, good. I can build a hut soon for my 2 people that are living here. So I'm one character, right? I'm the one that stokes the fire, but I also have a builder, all right? And she's been there. She wandered in way down here somewhere, all right? And you'll notice that my narrative starts to fade on this side. That's okay. All right. Now this saves automatically. A wanderer arrives with the empty cart. She leaves with fur. I have 1 piece of fur, so I can't help her, right? So I'm going to turn her away. I'm going to stoke my fire. I really want a hut, so I'm going to wait for that. But it looks like I need some more meat because I can't live without that. So I'm going to build another trap. Okay. So I have a cart and a trap, bait and fur and meat and wood. These are my supplies. Again, I have no bait. I will need to have someone else come into my game in order to be to fill this void. All right. So I need a person called the trapper that will get bait for my traps. All right. And it comes at different times depending on how much you're paying attention to this game. I have 107. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to build a hut. Now, the builder puts up a hut out in the forest, says word will get around, meaning this is going to start building that population that I want to come into my little village, all right? Again, I'm going to stoke that fire. We need to keep warm in order to live. Now, notice how my silent forest turned into a lonely hut? This is the one that's going to change, all right? My firelit room is the one that I'm going to work most with because it's going to give me all my supplies and add to this area, all right? So when I first started this video, I had like 2 boxes and they were filled with a bunch of stuff. It's going to add on each time. So I'm going to stoke my fire again. I only have 15 pieces of wood, so I can't really do anything. But I will check my trap, right? Now this trap contains scraps of fur. So I'm going to look at my little fur, and it went up 3 different points. All right, so it was at 1, now I have 2. My meat is still at 1 though, and that's not going to support my village. So this, notice how I'm getting more people. Here's my population and here's my village. I now have 3 out of 4 people. This will go up to 4 very soon. And this is going to give my people jobs, all right? So until I get those different jobs, it's just going to say gatherer, all right? So I'm going to gather my wood again. I'm going to stoke my fire. And then I have 87. I'm actually going to build some more traps. Okay, so my fire is roaring. A stranger arrives in the night. So this is I'm gonna go back to my lonely hut and see how it's 4 out of 4. That's how many people can be in my hut right now. I'm gonna go back to this one and I'm gonna stoke my fire and I'm actually gonna build some more traps. So every time I build a trap, it goes up in the amount of wood I need. So this is a 40. If I build another trap, now my next trap's gonna be 50 pieces of wood. All right. So the more traps that I make, the more things I will catch and the more I will be able to feed my people. All right. Now notice that a lodge was added. All of these columns will get bigger and bigger as your game progresses. All right. Now I'm not asking you to beat this game. I am asking you to play for about 15 minutes and see how you like it. It's the same as reading a book when you have to read those first 30 pages in order to see if you like that book. It needs to go past that exposition. Okay, so right now I'm in the exposition of my story. I have to keep progressing. All right, now today is the day that we're going to add on to our document. Okay, so I'm going to go open my document on here, and I'm gonna go down, and here's my video game journal. All right. And here's my template. So I'm going to actually open my template to show you what's going on. And then I will, okay, so this was Tuesday. You should have done this Tuesday. If you didn't, I won't count it late. I want you to do it today. Because you might not have seen it. It is highlighted, but you know, we're all stressed out. It's online learning, that's fine. All right, now Tuesday, make sure you shared this. I hope you did. If you didn't, you did not get attendance. All right. Now, today is the 30th, so I'm going to put 4/30, 2020. All right. The game I played is called A Dark Room. All right, and I actually don't need this other piece of line, so I'm going to erase it. All right. And then what is the plot to my game? This is a text-based game that adds onto a narrative that I encourage with my moves. So I'm going to say, with the moves I make, encourage with the moves I make to build my community. All right. I started by stoking my fire until a visitor arrived to help me build my village. All right, and then this I expect will be longer than what I have because this is my narrative, right? The genre of the game is a text-based game, but I do need you that is built with coding and has no visual or graphics. I liked this game because I actually beat it, and that's kind of hard for me to do, so I'm going to do this. And then game elements, here's where I would like you, these are your interfaces. So you're going to write interfaces used, and then you're going to describe that. And then out of 100, what would you score it? And then would you recommend this game? So these two are connected, all right? So this is Thursday. And this is Tuesday. So you are only going to play, you're only doing this box today. Oops. You know what I'm saying. This one. Okay? Dark room. So that's what you should have. That's what you should have done. All right. And then I would like you to go to your. I'm gonna put up. I'm having trouble with attendance to do it this way. I am going to put up a Google form to make sure that you are having your attendance taken. So you're just gonna answer a couple questions based off this. It's more going to be like, did you enjoy the game? Did you finish your project? And did you watch the video? It's just gonna be yes or no's. And then make sure that you fill this in because I will be checking it once you submit that Google form. And I'll be grading it kind of daily. And again, we play a game every other day. You do not play it you don't do a bunch of games a day. You just analyze one. Thank you. Later.